Life and death are in the power of the tongue. What does Proverbs mean by that? I found 71 verses and clumps of verses in Proverbs about the tongue, lying, slander, using our words to edify, all kinds of things about our mouth. So we are camping out for the remainder of 2023 in the Proverbs to find out what that means, the power of life and death in our tongue. When we look at what the Book of Proverbs is saying in context, it gives us a better idea of what it means when it says that. So we're picking it apart and looking at each verse that talks about it. There are 32 of these passage chunks that we're breaking down right now. We're taking 2 sections at a time per episode. Do not be envious of evil people, nor desire to be with them, for their minds plot violence, and their lips talk of trouble. Yeah. Well, that one is self-explanatory. Do not go out hastily to argue your case. Otherwise, what will you do in the end when your neighbor humiliates you? Argue your case with your neighbor, and do not reveal the secret of another, or one who hears it will put you to shame, and the evil report about you will not pass away. Like apples of gold in settings of silver is a word spoken at the proper time. Like an earring of gold and a jewelry piece of fine gold is a wise person who offers rebukes to a listening ear. Like the cold of snow in the time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send him. For he refreshes the soul of his masters. Like clouds and wind without rain is a person who boasts of his gifts falsely. Ooh, there's a lot in that section. There's life and death there. Let's kind of pick it apart. Don't be quick to argue your case. Otherwise, what will you do when your neighbor humiliates you? Now, sometimes when we're talking about things that happen, we forget about the stuff that we contributed to, or we forget about our responsibility in things. And then when our neighbor comes up and reminds us, we're like, oh, yeah, I can't refute that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So don't quickly go to argue our case. Use logic. Think things through to their logical conclusion. And argue your case with your neighbor, and do not reveal the secret of another, or one who hears it will put you to shame, and the evil report about you will not pass away. Yeah. When we are talking bad about someone and we're revealing their secrets, that's just not okay. That's dirty. That's fighting dirty. But we will be put to shame when somebody comes to reveal our secrets, because we have them too. Like apples of gold in settings of silver is a word spoken at the proper time. Have you ever experienced that, where you just needed, you were having a hard day and somebody just spoke something that just hit you, and you're like, oh, I really needed to hear that. Thank you. Like the cold of snow in the time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send him. He refreshes the souls of his masters. His words, messengers bring messages, words. And like clouds and wind without rain is a person who boasts of his gifts falsely. Yeah, I live in New Mexico. Clouds and wind without rain, that's kind of common here. And you're like, oh, like, it's cold and overcast. Like, rain already if you're gonna rain. You look like you're gonna rain. Like, bring it on already. It's the same thing as when we boast of our gifts falsely. Oh, I have this gift, and I really don't have that gift. I want that gift, but I'm just going to go tell everyone. Maybe you could speak it into existence. But I'm pretty sure we have refuted that in our search to see what Proverbs has to say about the life and death in the power of the tongue. I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with speaking things into existence. I haven't seen anything like that in any of these passages. And as always, thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right there and click the bell if you want notifications. And hit that like button for me as well. And I will see you next time. Maranatha.